Hi guys, welcome to Millennial Movie Fan Channel. My name's Tyler. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you give me a thumbs up down below, hit the like button, and subscribe. Today's movie review is for Avengers Age of Ultron. It's the newest installment of our Review the MCU series we do every Monday. I love the opening action scene in this movie. There's all the Avengers flying around, and I like the slow motion that it does where they all jump in the air, and like Black Widow's kicking the guy in the face, and Hawkeye is pulling his bow and arrow back, and they're all jumping into an action pose. I like that, and I like the tracking shot that they do where like Captain America will throw a shield, and the shield will bounce around through the trees, and then it'll go to the next guy, the next Avenger. The shield will go past him, but then you're following that guy, and like Hawkeye will shoot the arrow, and like the arrow will go through the trees, and it'll show Hulk smashing shit, and he throws a guy, and Thor hits him with the hammer, and then Thor's fighting guys, and it just passes them all along. It did that in the first Avengers movie, that camera shot in the Battle of New York, and I really like that, and they kind of stuck with that in this, and they do it in the end fight scene too, where they're fighting Ultron. I like that kind of technical camera shot and fighting sequence that they do. They did it really well in this one. I like the beginning scene a lot. It's one of my favorite parts of the MCU fights. That's one of my favorite MCU fights of all time. The humor in this one is a little different for me. Even it's like right away in the beginning after that fight, Iron Man busts in the thing and he makes a joke like you guys are about to get it or something, and this will be fun or whatever he says. He takes out a bunch of guys, and then one of the henchmen who's incapacitated, responds back to his quip with, another one. And it's like, you just got jacked up. What are you joking around laughing about? That was a little off for me. They do that a lot in this one. It's just a little weird and out of place. A lot of the humor in this one I do like, where, Captain America says language when Iron Man says shit. I like that they pick on him throughout the whole movie for that. It's within his character and how he is to do that. It was pretty funny, so I like that kind of stuff. They do some other comedy bits throughout this that I like, but the weird villain henchman guy will make a funny joke. That's weird to me. A lot of Ultron's jokes are a little bit cheesy. The humor that they have coming from him, it's weird. It's an odd choice for me that they pick James Spader. I understand what they do. He's got a distinguished, recognizable voice. Now that I'm watching Blacklist, it's kind of like his magnum opus, so I hear Raymond Reddington when I watch it, so it's a little weird now going back to Age of Ultron when I know him from so many other things. I mean, he was in The Office and stuff. Being younger and watching that Avengers movie, I think it was 15 or something, I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. Ultron's got a weird voice, but then he was just kind of the humor is weird. It's a very kind of serious beliefs that he touches upon and talks about, and his dialogue and stuff with playing the Pinocchio music with the strings, he's a puppet and people are puppets and working towards war and other things. It's very deep, but it's they go about it in kind of a lighthearted, he doesn't care about anything, da 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 da, and he's got human responses, which I guess they try to explain away with these pieces of Tony Stark, pieces of Bruce Banner. His robot parts are like Jarvis, and he was supposed to be a cybernetic human, but it was just weird that he had that kind of humor. I like that this movie gave Hawkeye some shine. He kind of got shafted in the other Avengers movie. He was hypnotized by Loki and used as a puppet, and then in this one they give him a family, they make him hurt, and that kind of scene revolves around him where they're healing him up, and that doesn't paint him in the best light. But then he's got one of the best lines in the movie at the end where he tells the Scarlet Witch, he's like, if you walk out that door now, you're an Avenger. That's rah rah. You're yeah. And then she comes out and she's whipping ass and stuff, throwing shit around. That's really cool, and I like that they gave him that moment too, because that could have been anybody. It could have been Captain America. It's something he would do noble, but I like that they gave that to Hawkeye, and they gave him a little bit more. And then when you see what happens in Endgame, where his family disappears, you're like, oh shit. They really give him some development there, but they set that family up in this movie, which was really interesting, and I'm glad that they did. I think the best MCU movies are movies that can stand alone. The story is self-contained. This one, that is the case. You enjoy it more if you come into it having seen the other ones. That sets up a lot of the main characters, gives them more depth. But you can just walk into this movie and they're fighting Ultron, and he's a robot that was created by Tony Stark to make the world safer, but he interprets that a different way and wants to destroy people in the earth. So I like that this movie plants seeds for the future without making it feel distracting or shoehorned in. It all flows kind of natural. The new characters, I like Vision, how he was set up. It kind of made sense within the story. I like what they did with the twins. The accent, I'm glad that they did away with Scarlet Witch's accent. That's something that I'm glad we left in the past. Another thing that we left in the past, unfortunately, was Quicksilver. He bit the bullet, literally, many of them, a lot. He got jacked up. It was like Platoon. He was like getting shot up. He's dead. He's one of the only people in the MCU that stayed dead. So it's interesting to see if they bring him back in the WandaVision TV show or some other form or way, especially when they're bringing X-Men back, because in the comics they're Magneto's kids. We'll see what they do. I don't know what's going to happen there, but he's dead for now, so that was a big shock. He definitely ate it. And Aaron Taylor Johnson's a great actor, so it kind of sucks that we only got him for the one movie and the one role, and he got ripped to be that. He's not kick-ass size anymore. He's jacked, but unfortunately, as of right now, he's still dead. That's my review for Avengers Age of Ultron, guys. I like this one. I know it gets some divisiveness amongst the Marvel fans, but to me, it's a decent little movie. It's not as good as the first Avengers movie, but it really packs a punch with some of the action and some of the interplay between the characters. I like. Tune in Wednesday, guys, for my review of Zodiac, the movie with Mark Ruffalo and Robert Downey Jr. Funny enough, they're both in that, and Jake Gyllenhaal also, who's Mysterio. Big MCU cast. They're looking for the Zodiac Killer. I think this movie came out in 2008 or 9, so it is still a retro review. We're going back to the past to review it, but it's a really good one on Netflix now, so if you want to watch that for Wednesday's review, we will talk about it. I'm excited to talk about it. This is a good one. And like I said in the beginning of the video, hit the thumbs up if you liked it. If you like the content, also hit subscribe and hit the little notification bell that just gives you alerts to when I post a new video so you don't miss any of the videos that drop throughout the week. We're not paying close attention to the schedule. But we have that, and then this weekend, Friday, I believe, Tenant's coming out. I think it has come out other places already. I'm hoping that I can see it at my drive-in on Friday. Theaters near me still aren't open, so that's a tentative Tenet release date. We'll see if that comes out. But Mulan is also out. I'm thinking I'm going to review that. And it's kind of expensive on Disney Plus, so I don't know if $30 is worth it to get that, but we'll see. I might be doing a review of Mulan too. If not, Friday I'll have a review for you guys. I'll either do a retro review or I'll do some kind of other video. But that's it for me, guys. I will see you in the next video.